Hi, Financial user. Welcome to the Financial tutorial. Today, I'll show you how to create an LHDN e-invoice, step by step. If you're new to this, don't worry, it's super simple. Just follow along, and you'll be creating e-invoices in no time. Before you can create an e-invoice, make sure you've enabled the LHDN e-invoice in the integrated apps. To do this, go to your control panel. Navigate to your integrated apps, and ensure that you are connected with LHDN e-invoice. Next, click on the settings and double-check your company name, BRN number, TIN number, MSIC code, which you can leave as the default value, 00000, and address details. These fields are compulsory, and they will appear on your LHDN invoice. Alright, now we're ready to create the e-invoice. Start by selecting the correct business to continue. For this demo, I'll select ABSS Tower as the supplier. Next, go to the Sales section, click on Create New, and select Invoice. Now, choose your customer. For this demo, I'll go with Century Software and leave the rest as default. A tip for entering the invoice number: it's best to use today's date to avoid duplicates or errors. One very important step: remember to toggle on the Send to LHDN button, and you're good to go. Next, in the LHDN e-invoice customer info section, you'll notice that some mandatory fields are already autofilled since we selected Century Software as the customer earlier. Now, you'll need to choose your attention contact. You can select them from the drop-down list, as they've already been set as a contact. Wondering how these fields auto-populate? Simply ensure that you've enabled LHDN e-invoice in your integrated app settings. From there, you can fill in your information, and it will automatically pull the data for you. Okay, let's go back to where we left off. Under the Items section, click on the Add New button. This will open up a form where we'll enter all the details for a sales income item. In the search bar, type sales income and select it from the list. This will set up the income category we need. Now, let's fill out the details in this form, one step at a time. First, give your item a name that describes it well. This will help you find it easily later on. Next, enter the quantity of the item you are working with. For example, if you are selling a pack of products, type in the quantity here. Then, enter the unit price, which is the price for each individual unit. The system will automatically calculate the total amount based on your unit price. Next, choose the classification, which is how you categorize the item for easy reporting and tracking. Under the tax type, select the appropriate tax category. This is important for tax tracking and compliance. Finally, if this item qualifies for tax exemption, fill in the tax exemption field. Be as specific as possible here. Once everything looks good, don't forget to click Save. This will record your entry and add it to your listed items. And don't forget to click Save one more time. You should see a green confirmation message pop up, confirming that your TIN number and registration number have been validated. That means your LHDN e-invoice was created successfully. Now to check if your e-invoice has been successfully submitted, go to Sales and select Sales List. Here, you will see the invoice you just created. If it doesn't appear right away, try using the filter to search by date. Once you locate the invoice, check the LHDN column. It will show as submitted initially. After a moment, it should update to valid. Now, click on the View button to open the invoice details. If you hover over the e-invoice button, you will see the status updated to valid. You can also scan the QR code to display the invoice on your mobile phone. Once your e-invoice is successfully submitted, click on the three dots and select Print LHDN e-invoice. This will show you the finalized invoice format. Scroll down slightly, and you will see a QR code at the bottom. You can scan this code if you need to verify the details. After confirming everything, switch back to the Sales tab. You will notice that your invoice status has already been updated to valid. That's it. You've successfully created an LHDN e-invoice. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other tutorials for more tips.